Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I have a new book for you, and this book focuses on kids' art and the art that you can do with your kids using natural things. It's a new book published this year, 2024, and it's written by Pippa Pixley. DK kindly sent me a copy for a feature, so I'm here to share it with you. I think it's also good timing because it's half term, Easter half term right now at the time of me filming this video, and it could be that you might get inspired for some fun projects, and it's definitely a great way to keep kids away from computer games and TVs and get exploring and enjoy nature with a slightly different perspective, not just going for a walk or a stroll, but with the intention of picking certain things, coming back and making art with them. So the name of the book is Make Art with Nature, Find Inspiration and Materials from Nature. So we have got a lot of things covered in this book, and what you will find goes throughout and repeats throughout the book is a fun way of creating inks and colors and kind of like sort of pigments, child-friendly pigments. And to do that, you would need to use certain tools and items picked during walks by the seaside or in the woodland. It kind of has a variety of things. Let's look at the contents. We have got chapter 1 from the kitchen, so it could be cupboard colors, coffee ink, coffee collage, tea tones, fruity, flamingo, etc. So as you can see, loads of fun things to do already from your kitchen. So for example, if it's a rainy day, you can still find some projects to do if you can't go outside. Beach art, charcoal landscapes, charcoal ink, charcoal prints, inky animals. Chapter 3, rocks and earth. Again, we've got things that are kind of inspired by the primal art. So we've got cave art, animal prints, etc. Chapter 4, plant colors. Now that's very exciting because you can do some solar dyeing, flower power. So you can use plants to take colors out of them and create inks and paints and all of that. So then we have Go Explore in chapter 5. This is when we do things like tools around the garden, bug hotel, at the seaside, in the woods, etc. So loads of different things. I'm going to give you the look of the beginning of the book, which basically covers a little bit about the artist herself, and it gives you a note to children, note to adults. Ask the adult if, for example, there might be like a plant that's not safe to pick up, berries or something like that, that it needs to be, I guess, done together with the adult. And it's so fun to go back to that exploration time of art. Myself, when I do art, of course, I want it to be clean, I want it to be perfect, but it just doesn't work for kids that way. So this is kind of similar to a mud kitchen when they just can be themselves, explore and just have fun. And I think it's a great book to use even for the summer when the summer holidays are coming. Loads of ideas. So we have got useful stuff, so it gives you kind of a little list of things that you can collect, like cardboard and tape and sketchbooks, pencils, scissors, whatever you may need, some glue sticks, strings, and then also things like plates, bowls and rolling pins and wooden spoons. You don't need all of that because it depends what you are going to be doing, obviously, what sort of project you embark upon. However, there's a little section here with the blender, sharp knife, saucepan and grater that obviously warns you to have an adult there to help you with or step in, because obviously, it could be dangerous depending on the child's age, etc. So then we have this section here, which I really love. It's called Artist Tools. I know that personally I would definitely enjoy myself, even being an adult, using this book, is the fact that you can create different marks with different things that you can can pick. So for example, I never thought about this, but so many times we went to Cornwall, and when you go for a walk on the beach, there are these beautiful seaweeds. Now you can collect them, dry them out somewhere in a garden when you come back, and use them for mark making, create brushes out of them. It's definitely something I will try next time when I'm next to some sort of seaweed. Then we have more texture here, looking at sea pods and things like that you can pick in your garden if you have one, or in a park, anywhere where you go for a walk and you can see that. And of course things like this, mixing palettes that can be made out of lovely mussel shells. So I'll just show you mine. So if you're new to my channel, I have been enjoying collecting oyster shells from Whitstable or Cornwall, and I use them as little kind of compartments for pigments or also mixing trays. It just kind of looks beautiful, it's very organic, and it makes you feel one with nature in a very interesting way. Even though you're sitting at your desk, it reminds you of that lovely trip you had with your family to the seaside, to a special summer, special time of the year. And yeah, it just is very, very kind of cute. As I said before, throughout the book we have these kind of little windows here with exclamation mark, and so that gives you a warning of certain things that you need to be aware of to make it safe for children. So it's a very child-friendly book. So we have a little section on color theory, nice and easy breakdown. Then we have drawing tips. This is fun as well. It just kind of explains to you that different textures are created by different pencil pressure. For example, we can go from dots to larger marks like that, and it all would be a different effect. And then you can also use a bit of your finger to smudge things to make them softer. Again, that creates a new texture. So loads of fun things. Now, making paint color, again, pay attention to a little caution and warning window up here. But you can do things like beetroot paints. That's nice and easy to go and get from supermarket. If you have any berries growing in your garden, we have blueberries. It's obviously not the season yet for the berry itself, but you could buy certain things in a supermarket, or just look into your fridge and you might already have something in there. Things like turmeric, I always have frozen fresh turmeric root in my freezer, so I could use that. This kind of art with food might inspire kids to maybe also try and eat certain foods that they don't like, just by using different parts of broccoli, maybe some leaves, some of this, some of that. Maybe just will give them more courage to try something that they haven't liked before. Things like brown paint shades. Now that's something I'm also quite excited about, but particularly about coffee and tea stains. And that is something I, as an adult, would enjoy. And we went for a weekend during the Easter half term. So just last weekend, we went to Cotswold, and there was a little art, like a art craft exhibition, and there was a lovely artist there, and she was painting with watercolors and coffee stains, and it was all kind of like animal based, and it was so fun and pretty that I got so inspired by it and wanted to come home and as soon as I can do some painting. Okay, then from the kitchen, and it just carries on. Here we go. Coffee ink. It tells you how to do it and what sort of thing or project you can do with it as well. So for example, you can make out of one of those paper bags you get from the grocery store. You could keep that and make little envelopes with it. Yeah. It gives you ideas for projects and owls and all of that. Now we have tea tones. So there's a fruity tea bag, and I didn't know that peppermint creates this color. Strawberry, for example, you'd imagine to be pink, but it actually seems quite purple on paper. So that's something I might go through my large tea drawer and just get things out and see what we can do. You can also pick some flowers in your garden, maybe dry them and then soak them in some water like it tells you here how to do it, and then you squeeze out the color out of it, and you can use the color to then paint with. Obviously what's fun is not just making the paint, but then making something with the paint. So the process from start to end, a child would have created an illustration or a little painting with the paint that they have made themselves. And I think this is the key point of this book, that children learn how to do things themselves, which is fun. And you know, it includes natural things, things that are food that we eat, things that we can forage, things that we can pick up from walks. Here are organic inks, another interesting thing, pink color apparently from avocado, and loads of other things. And beeswax crayons, so you can, I guess, melt some of the crayons, and that creates a different look. Alright, so you can melt the crayon and then put it into one of those molds and use that as a different shape of a crayon, I guess. So it carries on, you get the idea by now. Loads of information. Here is the onion skin ink. Depending on what onion you go for, you get red onion skin and brown onion skin, different colors. And then we've got pomegranate skin, avocado skin, a wild rice, beetroot skin, red onion skin, we already have that, avocado pits, brown onion skin. So yeah, these are basically the swatches from different vegetables and fruits. And then it shows you how to draw certain things as well. You can also create your own paper, and you can color dye the paper as well, and then maybe cut out certain shapes and create collages. So we have here collage art. It's kind of like going back to basics, and I think you as an adult will enjoy it just as much as the little ones, because for them it will be new. For you it will be going back to your kind of childhood, and maybe even something that you haven't tried as a child or kind of somehow missed out or never heard about. You could definitely find it fun. Like for example, this sort of art I really like, fingerprints. So you can make the paint and then you can just create doodle art with it, and it would look so nice. It would look very contemporary in a nice bit of a IKEA frame up on the wall. People would think you paid a lot of money for it, I'm sure. All right, so it's a fun book. It's got nice paper, matte thick paper, and it just invites you to be doing all these projects and really enjoy your time being outside and then taking it home and creating lovely art. There is also den building, so I guess if you're somewhere maybe outside in a park or something, they could perhaps not such a big den, but maybe you could build like a smaller, like a fairy den or something with smaller twigs. You could build that in your garden as well. All right, so that is a gorgeous book, and I will link it as always down below for your convenience. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.